Hey guys, it's Sir Owen Disney here. It's April 1st, April Fool's Day, officially my mom's birthday, and I know what you're asking yourself. Owen, where's the Dr. Jimmy video? Well, the video every year that I do where I dissect Dr. Jimmy's annual April Fool's Day All Secrets Revealed video. Well, that video is not complete yet, having some upload issues, so we're going to have to do something completely different today. And don't worry, come this Saturday, you're going to get all my thoughts on what sounds like so far as to be a very British-centric, if that's even a word, edition of Halloween Horror Nights 25. But we'll talk about that later. Right now, I want to focus on a couple of things right now as we're going to be talking rumors and speculation. Right now, there are three things that have happened recently. Number one, Casilda's back, as I've told you, and she now has a Twitter feed, by the way. And two, Fowl from Attractions Magazine is posting his rumor roundup, basically. A lot of the things we already know to possibly happen, but we don't have any guaranteed proof yet. And the third one is just like last year. There was a person that decided they wanted to create something that created quite a stir. So this video, Halloween Horror Nights 25 Speculation, is going to be entitled... I can't believe I'm actually going to say this. Fowl, Casilda, and Chaos. Why? Because we're talking about all three things right now. Let's talk about Fowl Allerson, shall we? I brought him up in a couple videos ago when we were talking about speculation, and it sounds to me like we have some possible things coming to our event this year, but this is all rumors. These are things that they've been talking about for quite a while, and I'm going to go over them one by one here. There are a lot of rumors coming down the pike, and these are officially what Fowl Allerson is saying is the rumors of what could possibly come to Orlando this year for Halloween Horror Nights 25. Now, there's been a lot of speculation that Crimson Peak, Guillermo del Toro's Crimson Peak, his horror film, which comes out in October, is going to be our Dracula Untold house this year. Basically the synergy of promoting a Legendary Pictures property on both coasts, just like Dracula Untold did last year. I don't know anymore. I really don't. It's possible. I've already went on record saying it could happen. You never know. At this point, I'm not sure what to expect, and I'll say that a lot during this. Number two, you also have the American Horror Story Freak Show season. That's a rumor. Don't know if that's going to happen or not. I said on record a while back in a Hollywood video that I thought that American Horror Story was coming to Hollywood. I don't know. I really don't. And there may be way too many insurmountable odds when it comes to the property actually coming. I could be right, I could be wrong. I have no knowledge of the show whatsoever. I know you could be promoting the new season Hotel, the one that's going to be starring Lady Gaga. I don't know if they go that direction or not, but I have seen the location of the freak show itself, and it totally screams tent house to me. But I don't know. I just have no idea. The Krampus, obviously, we're talking about Dark Christmas, the scare zone from Hollywood last year. Everybody is thinking that Dark Christmas is going to be coming to both coasts. That was a rumor that Fowl himself was also talking about. Now, it sounds like he is playing up the fact that the IP of Michael Daugherty's Krampus is going to be coming instead. So it's going to be tied to an IP instead of the original Hollywood property. Again, I'm not sure at this point. Like I said, there was a code word Blizzard that got put out on the Halloween Horror Nights Orlando Twitter feed. Maybe Blizzard is Krampus or Dark Christmas. I don't know. I speculate on that. I don't know at this point. I really don't. There's a big rumor going around that we're getting more than 8 houses this year. It's pretty much, I would say, a guarantee we're getting at least 9 this year, if not 10. There possibly could be a 10th house. And there is a location that looks to be kind of leveled for a potential installation of a new sprung tent. Sprung tents can be sprung up everywhere. That's not just the fact that they're called sprung tents. They're literally branded sprung because they're sprung tents, but they can be sprung up anywhere. And this location is right behind the Men in Black building, actually, over in World Expo. But this may be a really far location for you to walk to. You'd have to be sharing exit with Bill and Ted. I don't know how that would work. It's anyone's guess if that's going to happen or not. But if we do get a 9th or a 10th, or who knows how many houses we get this year, I do think that there could be another sprung, possibly. That may be another way to get it worked out without having to use any sound stages. Any more sound stages that we're going to. Now, Fowl Allerson brings up something that I've not heard yet. And that's the fact that there is a potential Mad Max connection. Obviously, Fury Road's coming out really soon, and I think Mad Max screams, if I would think of anything, it screams Scare Zone more than anything. But then again, there was that Doomsday house that a lot of people really hated, and maybe that would be something that they could do to, like, rectify Doomsday to make it like a Mad Max experience, make a Mad Max house. It could go it this way. I don't know if we would get a Mel Gibson Mad Max or we get a Tom Hardy Mad Max. It would go either way, so it'd be interesting to see what happens. So, another thing that is being rumored right now is the Return of the Walking Dead. I think that's probably going to happen, but I don't know because there's a lot of questions. Now, Fowl himself says that there is a possibility that the new spin-off series, Fear the Walking Dead, which is starting very soon as well, is going to provide a house opportunity this year. And he also furthermore states that we're going to get a different Walking Dead house on this coast as well as on the West Coast. I don't know. I don't know if Walking Dead's coming back, but like I said before, when it comes down to it, why would you take money off the table? I think The Walking Dead will potentially be a part of Halloween Horror Nights until the well runs dry. Don't care about jumping a shark or anything until the well runs dry, literally. But I am really intrigued at the fact that they could possibly do a house that's completely different on both coasts, even though that's pretty much the point most of the time, but I guess we'll continue. So, we're talking about Jack the Clown returning, and a lot of rumors about there being some sort of a best-of house. I mean, that's been something that they've talked about since last year. I don't know. I think it does make sense, but like I said, that's just rumors right now. Rumors and speculation. That's all we're doing here. We're speculating. I would say that makes the most sense. Like, we do like a retrospective house, like a Hallowed Past. Like, I did see the beginning of Dr. Jimmy's videos, and he was talking about that was an original idea for the year before it got scrapped to be turned into Ghoul Britannia. But still, I don't know at this point. I think if Jack could be in his house by himself. I said a long time ago Jack is going to have a house, a scare zone, and a show, and I think that still does happen, but I don't know if Jack will be alone in his house, or if it'll tie into Giggles and Gore, like I said last year, which it didn't happen last year. Maybe it'll happen this year. It's anyone's guess at this point. Rumors that The Purge was coming was an original rumor. I think The Purge is not coming till next year. It makes sense because they would have more to pull from, given the fact it'd be 3 movies instead of just 2. And The Purge Scare Zone last year was so successful. I do think that if we get a Scare Zone in New York, it's got to be something like The Purge, because it's got to be something like loud, and it's got to be like crazy and insane and all sorts of like maniacs and chainsaws and just like The Purge, like fire, like just insanity like crazy, because I think New York fits something like that. I like the way that The Walking Dead was utilized in New York, The Fall of Atlanta, and I really love The Purge. So I think it's going to be like Purge-esque, but obviously it's not going to be The Purge. It could be anything, but it's not going to be The Purge. Not this year. Big rumor about Alfred Hitchcock showing up at the event. I do think that does happen. I don't know if it's this year or not. I've said on record it could be this year. I think it really easily could be this year. A lot of high spots from the Alfred Hitchcock properties, Vertigo, Rear Window, and stuff like The Birds, even going back to Psycho, even though Psycho goes back to the original events, obviously, when Norman Bates was a cornerstone of the early events. So, will we see Alfred Hitchcock at the event this year? The HR Blood and Guts, like Nevermore style house that I was predicting before? It's possible. I think it could happen. I don't know. It just, like I said, anything's possible right now, and that's pretty much the rumors that we've got. So, either way, I do think it's going to be a really awesome event this year. Casilda's back, and she disappeared for a while. And now she threw up a map, and basically there is an old-timey map that says it's murder by numbers 1, 2, 3. It's easy to learn as your ABCs. So come on, do cartography locomotion with me. No, that doesn't work, does it? No, not at all. But basically what I'm thinking right now is this is maybe a couple things. Horror Night Nightmares message forums, obviously very helpful here when it comes to somebody that doesn't know the event very well. Also, stuff like HHN Crypt and Designing the Fear. When it comes down to it, it's kind of like I look into these things and I try to figure out things from the past to try to line up. There are rumors that this could possibly be the soundstage locations. There are rumors that this could be like a music chord. I mean, there's a lot of things this could possibly lead up to. There's talking about Salem, Massachusetts, and maybe bringing witches back into the event. I don't know. It's anyone's guess, so we'll see what happens with the next Casilda clue whenever it comes our way. Now, the last piece of knowledge I got for you guys this week is the fact that there was this person who actually messaged me personally on the pop page, which it does get some hits, yeah, I'll give you that, but the Facebook fan page is not as well attended as it possibly could be, which hopefully that'll change after the event this year or during the event this year. But I got a message, and I want to make sure I have it here. That's the reason why I wanted to say it verbatim. I got a message from an Albert Kane, spelled Kane as in wrestler Kane, not as in Kane as in the caretaker. No, this is a different Albert Kane, and he sent me a message that actually said, "This is no April Fool's joke. This is a taste of what's to come. This is a truth or falseness. This is for you to decide what is what. This is the sounds of the 25th." And when you actually played this nearly 2-minute sound clip, you got a lot of different things. You had Poltergeist and Child's Play, Nightmare on Elm Street, Friday the 13th, Insidious, Hitchcock himself, The Walking Dead. You had Scream. You also had a thing about Vikings, which I know that was rumored for a while too. And basically somebody with a lot of time on their hands trying to get me to decide what's real, what's not. I'm not ready to go that direction yet because I don't know. I just don't. I mean, there's a lot of things are up in the air right now. Who knows what could actually come to the event this year? There's a lot of those things that may or may not come to the event this year. Poltergeist could go either way. Child's Play made sense because we had Dollhouse last year and all the Chucky merch. Makes sense that would happen. Everybody's been talking about Freddy coming back, talking about the new Line 3. I don't think Leatherface will because the movie's not till next year. But then again, like was mentioned in the conversation I had the podcast with the Horror Nights Updaters, when it comes down to it, you really don't need a reason to bring Leatherface in. Just give him a chainsaw and let him go on his merry way. So maybe the new Line 3, who knows? Insidious, like I said, promoting the new movie makes sense. I don't know. I mean, it's anyone's guess. Hitchcock, I'd love to see it. Again, I don't know. Scream is my dream property. I want it more than anything. Will it happen this year? Again, I do not know right now. The Walking Dead, probably, like I said, until the well runs dry. And the Vikings, I don't know. Maybe an urban legend, possibly. It's anyone's guess. But then, after that, to furthermore confuse us all, they sent us to a video. In a video that basically said, it's never soon to start panicking. And it was a recut version of the 2009 Friday the 13th film. And it ended basically with saying that this was coming to Halloween Horror Nights. This was your Friday the 13th video to lead into Jason returning to Halloween Horror Nights 25. And the thing that completely freaked everyone out, 100%, is the very end of the video, which shows a really awesome Photoshop job of the Universal Orlando website with really funny Jack the Clown faces. And then it showed, just like we got the previous years, you know how you would have the image just appear out of nowhere and you have 3 images. It was promoting the Nightmare on Elm Street remake, the one with Jackie Earle Haley, Friday the 13th, the 2009 version, and the last one would be Insidious. And then, of course, it talked about hotel packages starting at the dollar amount, and I was thinking, who's going to buy this? And everyone did. Oh my god, they bought it like it was going out of style. And one of those things, it's kind of like, this person had a lot of time on their hands. Don't forget, last year we had somebody who took a photoshopped picture of the Halloween Horror Nights page that actually showcased us getting Resident Evil and us getting The Shining and The Exorcist and Predator coming to the event. And it was something just like this, but this time someone actually went to the trouble and created a video. Props to them for creating the video and taking the time, but no, it's not real. No. Maybe it was an early April Fool's Day gag, who knows? But it's not real. Could we see Nightmare this year and Friday? Possibly. I don't know. Could we see Insidious this year? More and more likelihood? I don't know. I mean, I don't know. This is literally my way of thinking. Suro and Disney, hashtag I don't know. That's all I can say right now, because I don't know. And none of us know. And that's the beauty part of speculation. We all speculate about what we want to see. We want to see Ghostbusters. We want to see Doctor Who. We want to see all these outrageous properties that'll probably never come to the event because of all the red tape involved. But we still find a way to believe that they possibly could happen. And maybe someday they will. Who knows? But this is the 25th anniversary. And we need to be focusing on some heavy-duty originals. Like, are we going to see original houses this year? Absolutely. Are we going to see Blast from the Past? Absolutely. Are we going to see Scare Zones in the past? Probably. Houses from the past? Who knows? It's anyone's guess. In an anniversary year, it makes most sense to me personally that we actually have an event that is half and half. Half for the diehards and half for the general public. And we have a nice, calm medium between the two. Because when we all step through those gates on September 18th, or for some of us, September 16th, when it's all said and done, we're going to have a great time that night, regardless what our houses are. Whether there's 9 houses, whether there's that upcharge house everybody keeps talking about, whether Legendary Truth comes back, whether the Compound comes back, whether what horror icons come back, whether Halloween Horror Nights icons of the past, or we have a new icon, or whether we get IPs that everybody wants to see come back to the event or come to the event. Chances are you're going to have a great time regardless. Because if worst comes to worst, we've always got Bill and Ted, and that doesn't fail, ever. So there you go. But yeah, that's just my way of thinking right now when it comes to things. Yeah, like I said, when it comes down to it, I got Dr. Jimmy's video. Once it's completely finished, I'll shoot you guys out that video. And once Dr. Jimmy starts doing his cryptic things this year, I will try to dissect those as best I possibly can to try to figure out just what is coming to the event this year. So, that being said, I want to thank you guys and girls out there for watching. As always, if you like these videos, tell your friends about them, leave a comment, do subscribe, help spread the word about Pop, which is my YouTube channel, of course. If you like this channel, you like these videos, let us know by liking our Facebook fan page. It's under Sir Owen Disney Pop, or you can check it out on Facebook at Sir Owen Disney and Pop. Friend request me on Facebook at Owen Disney. Follow me on Twitter at Sir Owen Disney. And if you want to email me, you can email me at sirowenDisney@gmail.com. Once again, I want to give a huge shout out to the Halloween Horror Nights Orlando Twitter feed at Halloween Horror Nights ORL. And you can also check out some great forums, Halloween Horror Nights forums on the internet at Halloween Horror Nights forums on Horror Night Nightmares, Orlando United, and also you can check out some great Halloween Horror Nights related sites and haunt sites in general, such as HHN Crypt and DesigningTheFear.com, which is DesigningFear.com. You can also check out the other updaters on Halloween Horror Nights on this coast. Some of them are on the West Coast, but we're focusing on Orlando here. Obviously, the incomparable Dr. Jimmy, Doc Emo, HHN Trogdor, my friend Matt, the Horror Nights Updaters as a collective, literally Horror Nights Updaters, as well as their signature channels, their solo channels, my friend John, Psychomassacre Films, my friend Vic, Dr. Emmett Brown 1, my friend Neil, UK HHN, the Red Steel TV, Deadly Fear 1283, Mr. Horror Nights, Admiral HHN, my friend Tristan, HHN Fan 16, Thrill Seeker Network, as well as The Crazy Englishman and First Class Horror. You can check them all out on YouTube. So once I get any new information, I'll shoot it out your way. But until then, until tomorrow, boys and girls, that's all I got to say about that.